rising storm. I'm forged in the fire, a new heart reborn. With every breath, with every stride, God, I'm your warrior, with you as my guide. Through the valleys of shadow, through the rising storm, I'm forged in the fire, a new heart reborn.
Hey everybody. I always feel so weird. But I was gonna talk about Chris Skinner. I'd been working on something with him actually for probably over a week, or I wouldn't say over a week, maybe over a week, but a week give or take. And I keep getting stuck, and I want to separate who Chris was from any kind of like theories or anything that we might have, or any kind of like additional thoughts that we might have on his case. So I guess I'm just doing this for like a little intro thing to kind of explain. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and do Warrior Chris Skinner, and then I'll just separate it because I don't want it to be the same or in the same video. I don't know, it's just something really pulling me to do that. So I don't want to intertwine both parts of the Chris Skinner saga. So I want to do one where it's just showing Chris as Chris and the things that he did, like getting to know him better. And then I could do another one to where we can talk about the theories, the thoughts, and other aspects of on his case. So as we talked about before, the video was released of Chris's accident, and so that's kind of thrown a little bit of a loop in some things, which I'm really iffy about trying to, I guess you say, like break that down, that video. I don't know, just something don't sit right with me with it. So I don't know yet on that. And I do believe that Chris's sister is, now this isn't 100% fact yet or anything, but I do believe that she may be stepping back. As a lot of you know, she has a Facebook page called Remembering Chris Skinner, and I think the idea that she had, that she wanted to do, which was, you know, positivity and remembering Chris, her brother, and telling his story, and people are just mean and ugly. So, and certain people have started to come after her and her family. So I mean, I don't blame her at all, and I hate that that's happened to her, that trying to do something on a positive note leads to something to where it's to the point where it's dangerous, you know. So I really feel bad for her. I would love to speak to her. I mean, just to know more about Chris's story, and, you know, like some good memories and things, you know, because I do feel he needs to be remembered as the person that he was and is, and the mark that he still leaves on this earth. So I hope that makes sense. But I'm going to order my ice cream, and then I will stick this in the beginning of the video of Warrior Chris. So But yeah, let me know any thoughts or anything in the comments that maybe I could put in with the other part of Chris Skinner's story. But I want to focus at least one where it's just about him personally as a person, and then we go into, you know, other things. So I just want to separate that, and I think that's why I've been so stuck with this one, because it's, I don't know, I mean, you see these, you see people, and you know, you see them as people, and it kind of brings different aspects, I guess you could say. But all right, I'm gonna order my ice cream, and then thank you.
Just kicking it that way. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about what's been going on with me the last 9 weeks. It's been really, really tough. Been struggling really bad, and I really, I need your prayers out there. I went to the emergency room 3 times during that first week, and I was admitted to the hospital twice. The first time for a 5-day, stay, and for the second time, a 3-day stay. It was both for the same thing. I had like serious abdomen pain, just all this kind of pain in my abdomen, sharp pain, and the kind of pain that shut me down. Quite frankly, I called the ambulance because I was like, I can't get in the car. So when I got there, they're running their initial test, MRIs, all that kind of stuff. And everybody's coming back saying everything's good. It's all good, which is good, right? Except for not good, because you're still feeling bad. Well, if you ever had that happen to you where you're feeling terrible, they're like, oh, it's good news, which it is good news, but you kind of want it to be some sort of news so you can take some medicine, get it better, and get on out. Well, it didn't happen for me. The first time they sent me home, I was still hurting. All kinds of things going on in my stomach. It made my voice sound different. I was bloating up in my stomach. I couldn't eat. So for 9 weeks now, I've been eating like basically oatmeal, yogurt, Jello, trying to small things to keep my stomach settled. So another time I went back to the hospital, still no go. They really couldn't figure anything out. At one point, I had a trip to the ICU because some of the medicine they were giving me, I ended up going AFib. My heart went up. They took me up into the ICU, and they had to put me under, and they had to shock my heart 5 times to get it back in sinus rhythm. And Skinner's still here, still fighting strong. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Keep praying. But it's been 9 hard, long weeks to this point where I've been seriously going minute by minute. It's been really hurting me. And I still don't have all the answers. I don't. I went to the gastroendocrinologist twice. They did a colonoscopy. They did an endoscopy where they did find what's going on. I have a stomach infection. It's called H. pylori. I've never heard of it before, but apparently it's super hard to get rid of. They put you on like a 2 to 3 week antibiotic regimen, and it's like an 80% chance you won't beat it with just the 2-week regimen. You have to go again. So it's almost like a month on serious antibiotics. So the first time they gave me the antibiotics, I had an allergic reaction, believe it or not. My eyes started getting all blurry, started getting massive headaches, and I just couldn't take it. I took it for like 4 days, and I was just like, I'm done. So I let go of them, and there's even a couple days that my stomach was hurting so bad, I was like, I'll take the antibiotics again and then it did the same thing, blurring vision and headaches. And I was like, oh. So we finally saw my practical doctor, and we told him about it. We told him the way we were treated, because the gastroendocrinologist, they said, we'll refer you to the infectious disease. Well, infectious disease never called after like 2 weeks. And it turns out we don't want to go to an infectious disease because it's coronavirus. It's the worst place for a quadriplegic with an immune suppressed system to go to the infectious disease where all the coronavirus is. That wouldn't be very smart of me. So when I went to my primary care doctor, he said, okay, I will prescribe things for you, thank the Lord. But we had to wait for a stool sample, which took 3 days. And then once we turned it in, they said, oh, by the way, the test doesn't come back for 4 to 5 days. So, man, it's just hurry up and wait while you're in pain. And so that's been my life for 9 weeks, and I need your prayers. I want God to heal it right now. I want the medicine to heal it. I just want to be healed. I am really sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's been rough. It's been rough. And the only thing really that's been really getting me through is my family, especially my kids. And that's where I want to bring in here right now for his first interview on my podcast, my buddy, my best friend, here he is. All right, tell them a little bit about some of the hobbies you love.
I like playing sports, I like playing soccer, and I like doing martial arts like jiu-jitsu. Basketball and baseball are definitely up there. I'm just kind of an outdoor person, like doing sports, and then when we come inside, I like playing on my Xbox sometimes. So yeah, that's basically what I do.
That sounds fun. I always love watching. He does jiu-jitsu tournaments. He does traveling soccer at times. And, it's so fun. I live vicariously through. He's my little man. And full of energy, just let me tell you. A growing dude right now. Why don't you tell them, you've watched your dad go to thousands of schools and talk to young people about car accidents, not wearing your seatbelt, drinking and driving, all of it. You can probably give the speech. In fact, I've let you speak at some of the places and you've talked to crowds. What's it like to be brought up by a quadriplegic man? What's it like?
Well, it's in the beginning of your life, obviously you don't know anything different, so it just feels like a regular thing. And then once you go to school and kids are like, your dad's in a wheelchair, and I see other dads, walking around, it's never been weird for me, ever. Like, I've just always kind of been there. It's like, okay, cool, you have your dad, this is mine, neat, have fun. But, like, I've never thought anything of it, anything different. I mean, he does everything. I mean, the only thing he really can't do, he might not be able to throw a football or pass a soccer ball, but he can stay inside. He can, like, take us places. We when we were littler, we used to ride on his, like, chair, like, to, like, Market Commons, which is right down the street. I mean, I don't. Lathy does.
Lathy does.
Yeah. But, like, it's just, it never really meant anything to me that he was in a wheelchair and anybody else wasn't, because it could have just happened to anybody, and it happened to happen to him. So, and I mean, that's why I'm here. It's because it happened to him. So, I really have never thought anything of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, I'm really proud. It makes me feel really good that they don't really see the outer parts of people. They really, because they've had a father that's, been disabled. It's really neat. They see guys in chairs and everything, and when they were a kid, they would just hop right in people's laps, because that's what they're used to. It's amazing. So that's something I'm really happy and proud of, and I'm thankful to God that they have that type of learning lesson, if you will. Their experience through life has been just with this guy like this, riding around in a little wheelchair, and it's really been fun to watch them go through that. Their friends might be scared of me at first or whatnot, but then, what do you think? You think your friends are scared of me at this point?
I think for the first month, it was like, okay, like, they were nice, but they didn't really know how to react. But then after, like, the first month, everyone was just kind of like, okay, cool, he's cool, whatever. Like, especially since they kind of found out that you do stuff with us a lot more. Like, he would take us places, like, to, like, the playground, or maybe go fishing, or to the ice cream shop, or something like that. And, like, he would do that type of stuff with me and take my friends. So then all my friends kind of just know him as, like, the wheelchair. He's really cool. He drives a transformer car with game controllers. Basically,
that's right.
That's his reputation.
It's like a UFO, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That's his reputation with my friends. So
That's pretty good. Now, anything else you'd like to tell this crowd about growing up in this household? Is your daddy strict?
in some compared to my mom, no, absolutely not. But in some ways, yes. Like in the ways that matter, yes. So not overly strict, but strict enough so that we know that we're not supposed to do something, but not strict enough where we can still have fun. And an example of that would be like again with my friends. We have like we played this game called Clash Royale. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard of it. And the other day, we convinced him to get the game, and he actually enjoys it. So that's just an example of how
It's addicting.
he likes hanging out with me and my friends, and still like understands that we need personal space, but also helps us and is really fun to be around. And being raised is nothing different. It's like people are like, well, how does he feed you? I mean, like he has money, he makes money, he goes around speaking. So
Oh, when they were kids, I would put a fork in my mouth, and I'd just feed them with my mouth, get the food, stick it in their mouth,
yeah,
shovel a bunch of food in there, and get them quiet.
yeah.
Right.
I don't remember that, but yeah, I've heard the
Of
stories.
course you don't.
I've heard the stories.
But that happened on my table, and I'd roll them on the table like this. They went everywhere with us, and they rode all over my wheelchair and everything. What about God? When did you tell them your testimony quickly?
Well, basically,
not too quick, but just in time.
basically, I was about third, fourth grade era, so probably 9, 10, that era. And I would just I went to church one day. The pastor it was one of those days. It was around Christmas area, so they preached the crucifixion story. And after that, I kind of just was thinking about it because I'd never really focused on it. I mean, like, think about it. When you're in first grade to third grade or fourth grade, you don't really think about that type of stuff. It's all kind of just like a blur. You kind of just like, yeah, God's there. But, like, then you go off and do something else. And, like, then it was when I was fourth or fifth grade when I actually kind of realized that God is here and actually does a lot. And so I asked him, like, what was it like? And he explained it to me, then prayed, and then, yeah, that's how I kind of became a Christian.
And then, like, right shortly after that, you asked to get baptized. He came up to us. We were in the church. He's like, hey, Mom and Daddy, I want to get baptized this weekend. We're like, whoa, that's awesome. And so we talked about what that meant, what it's all about. That's what he has done. And so we just, I just wanted to come out and ask that you'd really, if you wouldn't mind, pray for me and my stomach and the issues that have been going on. For 9 weeks, I just asked that God would just, give me medicine or just heal it right straight from his hands. Pray for my wife as she is, having to take care of a lot right now. Pray for these kids as they have to stay in the house. Stir crazy with the coronavirus. We want every single body out there to be safe. Follow the CDC and what people say. Stay in, please. It can easily be a serious thing in anybody's life. As I always talk about, it just takes one snap of a finger, one instant, one choice, and your life can change forever. That's what mine was like. I was in a car 1 second, and then bang, it just the snap of a finger. I was woken up 13 days later from a coma, and I was a quadriplegic, paralyzed, and I don't want that for anyone else in the world. This is where it all starts.
Chris Skinner organization apart is that Chris Skinner's story isn't just a story that pulls in like outside influences or like world events. It's his actual the title of his presentation is The Ultimate Learning Experience. That's the main presentation that he gives to high schools, colleges, and middle schools. And I think that it really truly is an experience. So you have this guy who's real, in a wheelchair, a quadriplegic, who's really able to talk from personal first-hand experience about tragedy, but also about triumph over that.
And that's what we're trying to accomplish, is making an impact on these kids' lives that we're going to, and having it stay with them. Not just a shock effect, not just, oh my gosh, I don't want that to happen to me, but no, I don't ever want that to happen to me. And I want good things to come to my life forever. So hopefully we can bring about that. That's exciting. That's fun, man. That is really fun when you can see people's lives change for long periods of time. And I get those kinds of emails, man, it just blows my mind. It's amazing. It feels good. It feels really good.
So Chris has been driving. He's the daddy chauffeur this weekend. He's been driving the kids to and from the show, doing a fantastic job. They have to be there at 2 different times, so it's been lots of driving, which he's doing very well with. Become an excellent driver. He's got his hand controls for his gas and brake and steering and all of it. It's good stuff.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know your thoughts. And if today's your birthday, happy birthday!